Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Remember us. Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Skywalker coming at y'all with another one. Man, y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you hear me rocking out, and I appreciate that, man. Much love out there. Shout out to everybody that's gonna be catching this on the live play, and everybody that will be watching this on the replay crew. Much love, much love. We are here to get it tonight, yo. We're going to have a great discussion. All right. About to have some more big business talk. Got a lot of things to break down. You know what I mean? What's going on? Shout out to the homie DC Talk in the building. We got DC Talk in the house. We got Michael in the building. What's going on, bro? We got Mama Bear Dog in the house. We appreciate you being here, Mama Bear. Thank you so much. We got TJ in the building. What's going on, TJ? Much love, bro. We got Papa Bear in here. What's going on? We got Kunim. Right? We got the homie, the good Austin. What's going on, bruh? Shout out to the dog. Sin Havoc 5150 in the house. What's going on? Bat Dan Stoltz is in the building. What's going on, Bat Dan? Much love, bro. We got Dennis Medina in the house. What's going on, Dennis? Much love, bro. We got Frank C in the house. What's going on, Frank C? Much love, bro. Said time to talk big business. Hey, look, we about to talk a lot of business tonight. What's going on, Curly Ray? Much love, bro. Right? Yeah. What's going on, Floyd Lawson? Shout out to the big homie, right? I mean, I am older, you know what I mean? But shout out to the big dog, Floyd Lawson, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the dog. Right? Yeah. Who else is in here? We got Nessa Noel in the building. What's going on, Nessa? Right? Man, oh man, oh man. It's time, yo, man. Look, we about to have a wonderful discussion. He said barely older, but I'm older all the same. Bruh, I feel like Thanos right now. Anyway, look, this big business series has become one of my favorite series, right? Because I feel like whenever we talk about this stuff, we get to just really get on out here and just dive into the numbers and talk about how this thing makes sense from a business standpoint. And tonight, what I want to discuss is just about how Netflix seems to be going up against just the entirety of Hollywood right now, man. This is crazy. Like, I never expected this to play out like this in front of us, but here we are. Right here we are, where we literally have seen people from the lowest of low points, the lowest of clout, right? The people who are not movers and shakers and who have no real impact whatsoever, all the way up to like a Elon Musk that's trying to tank Netflix's stock and stuff right before this goes. Like, this has been one of the craziest things I've ever seen. What's going on, Josh Herrera? How you feeling, bro? And we got Alan Belk in the building now. He said, I was here the whole time, but I was eating my chicken. Hey, bro, you know, if it's one thing that I understand you doing, it's chowing down on some chicken wings, bro. For sure. I'm more of like a drumstick guy, right? But yeah, I love my Wingstop, bro. But anyway, that's a different conversation, right? But you know, he said, "You really think an executive is gonna talk about an acquisition at a Q&A? Crazy, bro. Yeah, he was gonna go out there and put it all out there on the floor, right? And let everybody know about exactly how much money that they're gonna spend and all that, right? Anyway, you know, just kind of watching this happen. He said, I actually went to Wingstop. Hey, what'd you get, bro? See, because I'm like garlic parmesan, lemon pepper. I get half and half. You know what I mean? I get the garlic parmesan and I get the lemon pepper. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like a nice little balance right there, you know. But anyway, right? What's going on, Paulo? How you feeling, bro? He said, still in recovery and physio, but doing. Hey, that's what's up, bro. Much love to you. He said, you think you're gonna talk about this at a forum? Right? You sound like Zod. You know what I mean? Yeah, I am a leg man. Actually, for sure. We got the homie, the good Austin saying honey barbecue with the Corona and a lime every time. Hey, crazy, bro. But look, he said he get the original hot. Look, I don't want to get too far off into chicken, but you know, it's just kind of watching this stuff play out has been crazy, right? Because you're seeing people from every nook and cranny come out and try to like throw their little 2 cents in. And as we're gonna kind of break down, one thing that they have been really talking about recently is if they keep making these assumptions that it's both of the Ellisons, and they keep saying, yo, the Ellisons are after that, the Ellisons are all in, the Ellisons, the Ellisons, the Ellisons, the Ellisons. And I'm just like, are they really both all in? Right? These are the questions that we're gonna ask and maybe be able to answer, right? are they really both all in like that? Because if they were, I think things would be looking a little different. But hey, we're going to get to that, right? Make sure you guys are smashing that like, hitting that share, and subscribe, as well as a notification bell so that you know when I'm going live or dropping a new video, all that good stuff, man. You know, y'all already know about all this, man. Hashtag sell ZSJL to Netflix and sell Snyderverse to Netflix. Trying to get that conclusion of Zack Snyder's DC arc over on the Netflix platform or in theaters, you know, at your local IMAX. Right? There you go. How about that? Right? We only asked 3 rules of engagement if you want to rock out and get that thing brought to fruition. That is that you be positive while mixing the hashtags. Please don't mix them with others, and also don't tag or reply to, quote, tweet, quote, post, anything of that sort. Anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to one James Gunn. You dig? ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be watching, following, and subscribe to, as all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex League Geeks. You dig? And if you'd like to sponsor a stream, whenever you guys give super chats, super thanks, gifted memberships, super stickers, anything like that, it is tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream, like the homie W Mirror does for this one. So let's get caught back up with the chat, and then we're gonna get started with the show. You dig? Jamar says it's crazy seeing the people screeching against the idea of WB being bought by Netflix. I think I'm about to break down why, though. See, because they let it slip, yo. They shouldn't have let it slip. They shouldn't have let it slip. And now I know what's up. Right? These people acting like Netflix really gonna kill the theaters. Crazy, bro. Said we talking about how Netflix just suddenly lost interest in becoming an official studio. So weird. Nah, we already broke that down. Right. So yeah, let's go ahead and break this down and start hopping on into this. Like I was just saying, they shouldn't have let it slip. They really let it slip the other day, and I was gonna bring a special guest on, but I think they were gonna get them on at a later time. But I want to break down, right, like how they let this slip out and why you're seeing all of this stuff that you're seeing. Right? Like it's total like just full on propaganda going right now. And we're gonna discuss this, right? So I want to bring up first this post that hit the Twitter streets and really just kind of set the streets on fire in terms of people discussing it and having something to say about it. Right? This post from Let Cinema saying Netflix reportedly preparing a bid to buy Warner Brothers. It's eyeing the film studio and its streaming arm rather than acquiring all of Warner Brothers Discovery, which includes a sprawling portfolio of cable networks, IP divisions, and legacy broadcast arms, right? Which basically, right off the bat, is telling you that this would be happening more than likely after the thing is split, then, right? If we're going to take a Let Cinema at face value and say that, hey, this is what's going on, that would mean that they're going to wait till after the split, or that they would be buying this after the split, because they would not be trying to, get all these other networks and stuff. They're saying, yo, we just want the film studio and the streaming platform, right? That's all that we want. We don't want, you know, CNN and all that other stuff, right? No. We want all these other TV networks, all this stuff, right? We don't want none of that. We just want the studio. We want the streaming arm, right? It continues. If Netflix acquires Warner Brothers, the streaming wars won't just end, they'll reset the entire power structure of global entertainment. So here we start getting to the crux of why you're seeing this response that you're seeing. Right? This is the sum of all fears, as I like to say. Right? This is why every day you're seeing another narrative pop up. Right? Every day is another narrative. Right? This is why, because we are talking about a purchase that would reset the global entertainment structure, right? Crazy. Netflix already commands 301.6 million subscribers worldwide, more than Disney Plus and Max combined. Right? The streaming will, like, yo, first of all, let's go back because I think I need to correct Let Cinema, right? The streaming wars are already over. There is no more streaming wars. It's been over. So I do have to correct you there because this shit's been. I almost want to quote the late great Arthur Morgan. This thing's over. Right? Nah, y'all don't know nothing about that. But anyway, that's real talk. Ain't no way. Warner Brothers brings not just Harry Potter, DC, and HBO, but a century of production infrastructure, studio networks, and cultural know-how, right? AKA Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi, right? AKA the Brain Trust, right? He said maybe they talking about the bundle deals. He said, "It still doesn't, bro. The streaming wars been over. They been over. They was over a couple years ago, right? Real talk. But anyway, together that creates something Hollywood hasn't seen since its golden age, a vertically integrated giant that owns the full pipeline, which is creation, distribution, and global reach. But unlike the old studio system, Netflix doesn't just distribute content, it programs culture in real time, algorithmically across 190 plus markets. So, something that we had like the old studio system would pretty much be done with. But I got a question because I was actually thinking about this and I was thinking about making this into a whole stream, but I don't know. I'll just kind of float this out there right now, right? Look at look at what has happened to movies over these past couple decades. right? Look at what's happened. Right? I mean, were these companies being, you know, great stewards of these franchises? Right? Have they been doing right by all of this stuff? Look at what just happened with this Superman movie. Do we want and need more of that going around? Right? More of this crazy ass nepotism, right? And this, that, and the third. You got people getting shuffled around, right? I mean, let's slide some stuff into superhero movies and all this other stuff, right? Which, you know, which say what you want about Netflix, but from what I've noticed and gleaned over these last couple of years, like really being locked in and just watching them and just watching their movements, they seem to just go off of engagement. So whatever people are watching, they're just gonna give you more of that. If you're not watching it, it gets canceled. A lot of these shows that they be swearing, oh my God, these shows be getting canceled. All the good shows be getting canceled. Yeah, I don't see them canceling their like huge shows. I've seen the creators saying that they ain't gonna keep it running forever. Like the guy from Squid Game, they always said Stranger Things was gonna be 5 seasons. 5 seasons is about good enough for a TV show, right? For a streaming show, whatever. Right? But have these people been great stewards of these franchises and of all this stuff? Were they treating DC with reverence? Let's just look at Warner Brothers, right? Has the Harry Potter fan base been happy? How they feeling? How about Game of Thrones? Surely they're head over heels for what's going on with Game of Thrones, right? Crazy, you know? Hey, Cartoon Network, right? Cartoon Network gone. He said they haven't, but it's about keeping the power in the same hands. It's basically like, hey, wouldn't be surprised, right? Nah, this is nasty work, right? But let's break down some of this stuff because there's two things that I want to share with you, right? Because I feel like both of these things kind of clear up some of these angles, right? Yeah. Bro, I'm not even about to entertain that. So let's look at this tip ranks article, right? So got the $60 billion bid. WBD stock plunges as possible price tag emerges, right? Hold on. You know what? Let me even move this, man. Let me even move this, right? This from 2 days ago, right? Let's get through this. Says the potential for a buyout of entertainment giant WBD, whether it be from Paramount, Skydance, and Netflix, or someone else, is certainly catching attention. And new reports from the New York Post suggest that the cost to buy in could be a lot higher than anyone expected. Despite this, though, Warner Brothers shareholders were running for the hills, sending share prices down over 2% in the closing minutes of Wednesday's trading. Turns out that Paramount Skydance is actively trying to assemble one serious war chest to go after Warner, reports note. It is turning to several sources and attempting to pull together a $60 billion package. One veteran media analyst who requested anonymity noted, look, the WBD deal might happen or it might not. But one thing I don't see anytime soon is Larry Ellison selling 60 billion of his Oracle stock to buy WBD. And speaking of that, as soon as we started talking about this and breaking this down, we got a special guest pulling up. We got the homie Nar the Misfit in the building. What's going on, Nar? How you feeling, bro?
Yo, what's good? What's good? You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Hey, I'm chilling, bro. Having a good old time over here breaking these numbers down. How about yourself, bro?
I see. You deep in the weeds of it. You deep
Right?
in there, bro.
Hey man, we having a good time, bro. But I wanted to have you on especially because I really feel like the 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 thing that you said really just came to fruition when that post came out that I was just breaking down a second ago. And I really wanted the people to get your thoughts on that, man. Like, I mean, how was that? You know what I'm saying? Because they pretty much proved you right in real time, bro.
Yo, it was crazy. And you know, the funny thing is, I didn't fully read the article. I kind of like skimmed through it, but like I said it, bro. I was like, yo, they're not prepared for a combination of Netflix, which is technically a tech company and move like a tech company, to enter into Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers will enter into Hollywood, because Hollywood is all about keeping things traditional and not acknowledging changes unless they can find a way to mold it and push it into their traditional ways, because it's power, bro. And like when you lose a certain way of doing things, you also lose power, and then certain people get kicked out because they can't adapt and they can't evolve, and it's scary, bro. We've seen this happen so many times with different industries. But yeah, like, you know, when AT&T bought Warner Brothers, you think that they wanted that? Like, there was a reason why Warner Media, what was it? It was Warner Max and Warner Media. And then out of nowhere, Warner Max got dissolved and pushed into Warner Media, and Toby Emmerich was the one in charge of greenlighting the projects. It was all about getting rid of the new people and making sure that they don't ever come back, and putting the old people back in charge, because the new ones were listening to the online conversations and the algorithms, and they didn't want that in Hollywood. They wanted to be able to do what they want to do and force feed certain movies and certain things to people to watch. And Netflix buying Warner Brothers, Hollywood is afraid of that. They don't want that, but I don't think they can stop it, bro. Like, they can't stop it. It's Hollywood is it's not ending. It's just changing, and it's either gonna evolve or die, bro. And
that's what I was just kind of talking about. I'm like, they wasn't being great stewards of all this stuff, if you ask me.
Nah, they wasn't. It wasn't. And Warner Brothers, a legacy company like this, falling to the point where it needs to be sold 2 times. Like, like that's a sign of it, bro.
In a
And
couple years, bro.
it's
Man,
crazy. It's crazy, bro. Three times actually, because it got sold to AT&T, then it got sold to Discovery, well merged or whatever it did. Because AT&T sort of still owns Warner Brothers in a way, and then and now it's being sold to what they looking at, Netflix or Paramount. But if you notice what's going on right now is a lot of push the narrative that Paramount wants to buy it because they want Paramount to buy it because that keeps old Hollywood in charge. But like I said, I think it's either Paramount is just riding the bid up for Netflix because at the end of the day, or they are trying to push this idea out there for people to accept and try to move forward with, or try to convince Warner Brothers not to sell it to Netflix. But I just think that ultimately that's where it's gonna go.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yo, and we actually got another special guest pulling up, another cool table veteran, bro. We got the homie El Necron in the building. What's going on, Necron? How you feeling, bro?
Good, dude. How you guys doing? Now I came in cold, bro, because I heard you say last night you needed me to come out on the show again. So I just got back and I pulled up. I haven't even really caught till I pulled into the studio to hear what you guys are talking about. But I'm here.
Bro, we on here, bro.
What's going on, bro?
Nard.
How you doing, Nard?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Hey, bro. Nard is doing his victory lap because he pretty much said exactly what this post said. And let me read it again, just in case Nard didn't get to hear it all, right? Because this is pretty much like exactly what he said. But he says, if Netflix acquires Warner Brothers, the streaming wars won't just end, they'll reset the entire power structure of global entertainment. Netflix already commands 301.6 million subscribers worldwide, more than Disney Plus and Max combined. Warner Brothers brings not just Harry Potter, DC, and HBO, but a century of production infrastructure, studio networks, and cultural know-how. Together, that creates something Hollywood hasn't seen since its golden age, a vertically integrated giant that owns the full pipeline, which is creation, distribution, and global reach. But unlike the old studio system, Netflix doesn't just distribute content, it programs culture in real time, algorithmically across 190 plus markets. So, Nard, can you speak about that part specifically, about it being vertically integrated, just for the people that may or may not know what that means?
Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what. I guess what they're trying to say is that that Netflix, because they have such a big reach in terms of they already have 300 million subscribers and some crazy number like this. I can't remember. I looked it up the other day. I can't really remember what the number was.
301.6.
Yeah, and it's globally, bro. And to think like just for example, Superman, right? Superman goes to HBO Max, get 13 million, quote unquote, 13 million views, and they're trying to spin that as some kind of success. And it's like, do you not understand the amount of people that did not watch it? 13 people, you know what I mean? Like Netflix is dominating in streaming, right? There's no other, like what, Hulu maybe? I don't know if I think so anymore, at least, but like Netflix is dominating the streaming right now. There's nobody else in competition, right? And imagine if a production studio, distribution studio, also had access to 300 million people on one platform, right? That's crazy. The moment you throw you do your theatrical push, right? And then you throw it on streaming, and now you got in front of that many people on one platform. They don't have to go nowhere else. They already own Netflix. Netflix also has the platform in other countries, maybe under different names or whatever it is. But that's a crazy number. That's a crazy amount of people that you're about to throw this one movie on. And they don't have to pay extra to watch it, right? It's just going to increase the cultural impact that one movie has. outside of its theatrical box office, outside of just the conversation around the theatrical, then you get it in front of everybody, and now you got this whole other metric to go off of. 41 million, 50 million people, 100 million potential can watch one movie. Every DC movie, if Netflix was to buy one of those, every DC movie is now on the largest platform on the planet. There is no larger platform for entertainment than Netflix. That's crazy, right? That's like there's only one store that sells DVDs and it's the biggest one, and you want to get your store in there, and everybody doesn't care about the other one, right? Now we are streaming, and it's like, yeah, everybody has Netflix. Everybody. And if you don't want to watch a DC movie, you're gonna end up watching it. Why? Because you have Netflix. Yep. And now those potential people can go to the theaters next time, bro. Like the numbers, it's just crazy, right? It's crazy.
Crazy, man. And I also want to point to a couple things that I noticed that's a little weird, man. And y'all just tell me if I'm reading too much into this or not. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to bring this to the congregation. Netflix removes Netflix original branding label from tiles on web. Now, why would they be not interested in really letting people know what is a Netflix original on their thing anymore? All of a sudden.
Oh, that's interesting, huh? It's all under one umbrella, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what
what is this, y'all?
That's an interesting move.
Right?
Wow.
Wait, that's crazy. That means that a movie that comes out under Warner Brothers, you wouldn't even know if it's Warner Brothers or Netflix.
Exactly.
Right. So now it's not even a thing about it's just one umbrella. It's like Meta, right? Meta owns Instagram. That's just what it is. It's under Meta, right? So Netflix now is the umbrella company and it owns everything underneath it. Any kind of original is just going to be an original from Warner Brothers, HBO, Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
exactly.
I'm just saying, why? Hey, this is hella weird. This is hella weird timing. This came out yesterday.
That's crazy.
Right? It's like, hey, man,
I mean,
look, I'm just letting y'all know. And then they said that they updated it today and said some users are reporting that the badges have also been removed from iPhones.
Whoa.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm just saying, all of a sudden, they look, we ain't even got to let y'all know no more because this shit's probably all about to be up under
one big umbrella.
Right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very cool.
I mean, hey. But wait. There's more.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Wait, there's more.
Hey, I just want to know if I'm tripping. Okay? I just want to know if I'm tripping, right? Let me go ahead and move this stuff, right? Look, I am about to subscribe to this thing, you know what I'm saying? But Warner Music in talks with Netflix for films about its stars. Now, I just want to say,
where'd you find that
one? I just want to say, what is going on right now? But people say, hey, Sky, you're bugging.
Wow, that's
Warner Music.
That's crazy. At this point, I think they're just saying that, like, yo, Netflix has bought Warner Brothers, and they're like, you know, it was a thing where like people think that like when somebody comes in, a new CEO comes in, or somebody takes over a couple, like Zaslav took over Warner Brothers, or like even here go the question when Hamada, when Hamada took over for DC Films. People thought that the day that he signed was the day he walked in the door.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
Right?
Yeah.
And no, you know, people come in and they shadow
James Gunn just admitted that, right?
Right. Like
he was like, yeah, we had signed our contract already, and I'm sitting there watching Henry Cavill say he's going to be returning as Superman. He just said that.
Yeah.
Right. And so people are shadowing. So whenever like with Netflix, they're now they already have the deal going through. They're shadowing the company, right? They're going in there. They have their person in charge that's going to shadow the person that used to be in charge, and they're starting to make have conversations with certain groups about things that they want to do, and let's Taylor Swift got a movie in theaters. Why can't we make a movie with XYZ and things like that? And they're going around and they asking these questions in preparation for when they come into the door. They don't have to they can just start running. You know what I mean? They don't have to get in there and start the conversations. And there's a whole year of conversation before anything actually really comes out. Everything is already being to think that Pam and Mike's contract got renewed in the middle of a sale isn't a big thing. Right? That means that the people that means that there's already a person who's already quote unquote bought the company, and they've already decided to keep that set of people.
You are very correct.
I tried to tell them.
Their foundation's already being laid already.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Because like you were saying, what the public doesn't usually understand, it isn't the day of. They have to go in, lay their foundation in before they can start announcing things. And also, it's damage control too, because can you imagine if you came in and bought a company and it was announced that day, the people who weren't happy and the type of stuff they would do, right? Yep. So they got to go in and lay their foundation and make sure everything's in order, or then boom, then there's a big announcement.
Right. And then there's people at Netflix that they sometimes they gotta go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
they don't need them anymore because now they got these CEOs and they're gonna look over these things, and there's a lot of things that have to go into it. And if Netflix is already talking to Warner Music, I mean that's right there.
He said, the only weird thing is why would they still be so adamant about Paramount getting it if Netflix already has it low key? Why were people arguing that Drake was gonna win that lawsuit against UMG? Right? Like you're gonna have people online arguing for stupid shit all the time. You know what I'm saying?
And then also this isn't public. Like if Netflix is already in talks to buy Warner Brothers, they're not gonna Paramount's probably doesn't know that information is true yet, right? They're still gonna put their bid up. They're still gonna go through the whole process of trying to get the company. They don't know. This isn't public information. This is all private information. This is all.
They're trying to get that 60 billion,
right?
That 60 billion, you know what I mean?
They're going around hitting up all their buddies, right? Like, hey, man,
right? And then also, that's think about that. You're gonna go around and take a loan out to buy a company that you don't need because you already just bought a company.
Bruh, going around asking people to get in on this little purchase with you, but they swear it's both of the Ellisons, which I don't think it is. I'm gonna get to that in 1 second. We actually got somebody else popping up. We got the homie, the one, the only Apex Lux in the building. What's going on, Apex Lux? What's going on, big dog? How you doing?
Yo, what's good, Syndicate Network? What's good, panel? What's good, chat? I'm doing well.
Leon, what's going on, man?
Man, it's a beautiful weekend upon us.
Yep.
And I hear we got some good news and some information. What's going on, peoples?
I just
victory lap, bro.
I just saw a post from somebody who's like, I have scoops, and I think his pin was, if you come here for scoops, type in confirm to know that I guess he got a lot of confirmed scoops or whatever. And I just saw a post where he said that James Gunn is gone.
Oh wait, James Gunn is gone. He would be confirming Skywalker the Jedi. Because
I promise
Skywalker the Jedi definitely said, hey, that guy's getting fired. But, hey, Sky's confirmed. I told y'all, bro.
It's funny too because I might have been on the panel when you first said that. Might not. No, I think I wasn't there. But it's funny. I remember when you had put it in one of the chats. It was kind of like people were like, I don't know. And I'm like, bro, what?
I told you. I'm like, homie's gone.
if you gonna doubt anything that Sky feels 100% about, that ain't one of them. Them getting fired should be like a damn layup.
Yo, you should know that I wasn't gonna play around coming out with that shit.
Nope.
You should have known.
Yeah, that's
send
crazy.
that to me, Frank C. Send that to me. I need that. Yeah,
I mean,
bro.
And shout
It's
out
right
to
here.
chat. I see y'all showing love. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Luca
it is right here.
Panami. They got
Thank you. I said
renewed.
it.
Who didn't? It's right there.
I said it. Oh my goodness, yo, hold up. We got the homie Floyd Lawton with the $20 super chat, the 20-piece with nuggets. Shout out to the panel in the chat. He said, "Now where's the bat?" Hey, and right when he put that,
Boom.
he showed up, bro. He said, "Where's the bat?" And he showed up.
Deacon, you shall find, hit the signal, and thou shalt appear.
Yo,
That's
we
awesome.
here, we live, bro. He said as soon as I hit this, hey, shout out to the dog, bro. This drop about to hit real hard right now. I can guarantee it.
Hold on, Drake. You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue to party?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this. I see dead people.
Hey, mustard on a beat, how deep, bro. Any rap nigga, he a freak, though. Man down, call an ambulance, tell him free, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many op really got? Mean it's too many options. Finna spaz on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down, whole time I know he got some pulling him. Extra shit, bully that on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they're in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hammy down. And party at the party playing with his notes now. And Bobby got a real case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedestal. God, fuck him up. I'ma do my stuff. Why you pulling like a bitch, ain't you? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably...
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
Yeah. Hey, can I say something before we get back into this, dude?
What's going on, Brody?
You got to get these super chats up for Sky. I mean,
Hey, man, for sure, dog.
I mean, I'm not going to badger the chat, but I'm going to badger the chat. He's been dropping knowledge for everyone to see, facts, staying true. Show some love. It don't got to be $20, $30. I mean, if you want, go for it. But, dude, come on. Let's give him $5 or something, dude, for the efforts you've been putting through for the fucking fans, man.
Shout out to the dog, bro.
Jeez.
We just in here, bro. We just in here causing trouble and telling the truth.
Yeah. Show some love, man. Hook him up.
But shout out to Nar for sending this, bruh. Quote tweeted Josh from Den of Nerds. Right? If the DCU keeps being handled like this, it will not have a future. The honeymoon period of a new universe will run out fast. And frankly, Gunn says way too many stupid things for people to ignore. I have more thoughts on stream, but that's basically it. And DC's Nightmare followed that up and said, when it comes to being in charge of DC as it moves forward, Gunn is unofficially out the door already. I told y'all, dog.
Hey, I just want to jump in and say something real quick to that Dinner Nerds Josh thing, right? And then I'm going to let y'all do y'all thing. You said it's Josh from Dinner Nerds? Okay, I see it. Yo, man, I had to blow it up. I don't want to hear shit from that dude. He can shut the fuck up. His inconsistent ass. People like ourselves have been day one on that. What he's saying. Day one. And in the midst of it failing and flopping, we were consistent. And in the midst of it failing and flopping, he was trying to turn a failure into a positive narrative and making spin.
I don't think it needs to be profitable to be successful.
Oh, that was that guy.
To be successful. I don't think it needs to be profitable. I'm sorry. Y'all know I love looping that shit, bro. I love looping that video, bro.
I did that yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I was like, yo, that's fucking perfect. I was like, he got the cadence and everything. But bro, like, I don't want to hear that shit from him, man. He could fuck off. Now, with that being said, people like him are, to steal a phrase from Sky, the canary in the coal mine.
Canary in the coal mine, bro.
Of a situation such as this, because the puppet has now turned against the puppeteer. So that's very, very telling. It's very telling.
Oh my God.
Although screw him, I appreciate him putting himself out there like that and signaling to the world, hey guys.
Hey, it's all cool to go at James Gunn now.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Hold up.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold up. Where we saying, Nar?
Nah, I like sometimes watching videos. And I remember one time, I think when Zach put up the post about Jor-El, it was like a random, right? He just put it up there. He just put the quote. He put the Jor-El quote out there after that meetup with James Gunn or whatever it was, right? And people kind of speculated that it was some sort of like inside information kind of thing. And then he kind of was like, yeah, I think that he kind of put that out there for some inside information. And then when the whole thing about Jor-El came up about the Gunn Superman movie, he came out and said, hey, I heard from someone that's why Zach put that out there. And like he said, like when you see people like that singing, like putting things out there, throwing the bat single up, going, hey guys, I don't know if Gunn gonna be there for too long. It's usually because they heard whispers in certain crowds that Gunn is not gonna be there for too long.
Hey, for sure. I want to say thank you to Cake Batter for the $10 super sticker. You dig? We appreciate you, man. Let me go ahead and hit you with this drop real quick.
You know, I got all this shit hanging over my head, but you off trying to start a war with our partners.
The nigga diss me every time I see him, acting like he the one in charge and shit.
In Compton, he is the one. You lose. Every time you bite with that nigga, and I'm the one that pays for it. And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug?
You don't mean that shit?
The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk. Drive, motherfucker!
Doesn't need to make money to be successful, man. Yo, anybody got anything else before we get to the next super chat? Because I'm over here just cheesing, man. This is just hilarious to me.
Well, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just, it's funny because, these were all the guys that were glazing, James Gunn. And now, they don't want to look like, they didn't know what they were doing. So here we go. They got to start doing their own damage control, right? Getting back. Yeah. So, I'm still relevant, guys, even though I said all that. But what I'm hearing, and I see what you're saying, Nard, too. Like when it comes from these type of accounts, that, that's telling, things are happening. But along with Leon said, fuck that guy. They were all caping for him prior.
That's true. That is true. They were.
I'm about to find that video, bro. Go ahead, Nar.
Did y'all see that story that James Gunn saying he was trying to get Deadpool?
Oh yeah, I did see that.
I saw something like that pop up
today. Yeah, he was trying to get Ryan
earlier.
Reynolds to be in fucking Peacemaker as Deadpool. Bro, they are throwing this shit in y'all faces, bro.
He's just trying to keep himself there, bro. He's trying to.
Thank you.
In this conversation, I said this before on the stream. He's just trying to say, hey, look, I'm the guy who has connections to this other thing. And if you guys ever want to do this thing, then you need me around because I'm the only one that will be able to get it. And then this was your if that was the case, then this is your opportunity. Why you didn't get it? Because you cannot convince a whole $1 billion company to share their toys with you.
Well, especially when what they've seen with Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is it's like a corner of the Marvel universe that represents pretty much the vast majority of the latter parts of Marvel, but it doesn't represent in totality what they want from Marvel, especially going forward. They're kind of getting a little more mature. Not only that, but look at the DC side. If anybody in Marvel is looking over at the DC side, they're like, we don't want any of that shit over here. Like they have to be thinking that. Also,
100. Yep.
What I think he's doing is he's just trying to save face and trying to look cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's really any sort of validity to what he said. I think maybe he texts Ryan or he texts somebody that knows Ryan. I don't think there was anything to that. I think he's just trying to play. He's just trying to play the role, man. Like I was like, bro, your time's up. Your shit's flopping. So you're trying to, gain some momentum from the crowd, essentially. Like, oh, I know Ryan and I said something. Like, and me personally, I do not see the vast majority of the audience jumping out the gym to want to see DC and Marvel clash together in live action right now.
No,
I just don't see it. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't either, bro.
I'm not saying in general in the future, maybe like I'm not saying I ever want it or not want it. I'm just saying like the zeitgeist isn't fiending for that right now currently. I don't see that at all, bro.
Yeah, DC needs to be course corrected first.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it'd be a horrible time to do it.
Right. He's trying to convince people that they want to see DC versus Marvel, and who's in right now the current DC people, Peacemaker and his cronies and Superman that couldn't even like. What are we talking about here? Like Marvel has all the heavy hitters out, right? There's no more. Captain America's gone, Iron Man's gone. Do we have to bring these people back in? These are what This is who the people want to see, and maybe they can make deals for that. But on DC, they don't even have a Justice League, right? And the ones that you will want to see aren't being right now is off sideline, right? Like we want to see Zack's.
That's who you want to see go up against Marvel.
Yeah,
and the fans. Yeah, no one wants to
yeah.
see this crap go up against Marvel.
It's too premature for Gunn's universe, and like he was saying, nobody wants this right now. Like comic book movies are already a struggle to make money at the box office. Clearly, the whole big cultural boom around it is starting to dwindle as everything happens, right?
Yep.
And you're starting a new universe in the middle of all this, and you think people are going to be like, yeah, we really want to see Miss Marvel go up against what's his wife's character? I don't even
Amelia Harcourt.
Yeah, Amelia Harcourt. Like who wants to see this? Nobody wants to see this.
Yo, great point, Nar. Hold up, let me get to this super chat real quick, we can get back to the conversation because I gotta play something. We got Mark with the follow super chat saying, "Shout out to the cool table, right?" Let me go ahead and hit this drop for y'all.
What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't even think this movie needs to be profitable to be successful. What I'm trying to say here is that I don't.
But he out here acting like he's Mr. Tough Guy and hard on James Gunn. Get out of here, bro. Man, put on a skirt and grab some pom-poms. I was in that video talking about how much it don't need to be profitable. Lame ass dude, bro.
We got Mama Bear with the $2 Canadian saying Floyd lit the bad signal. Let me go ahead and give you this drop, Mama Bear. Thank you. Hey, I just got one question. When James Gunn gonna be like, yo, man, like, you guys don't think that I should keep my job? I'm gonna just be like, why? Get out of here, dog. Get out of here.
I got a question for y'all, man. Y'all ain't trying to see Economos versus Thor, bro?
Knocking off, dude. Wow.
Oh my god, bro.
Battle of the century.
That Vigilante and Deadpool crossover is gonna be that's where the money makers at, right?
Vigilante and Deadpool. Yo, they fucking ruined Vigilante, dog. That is so crazy.
He was such a good character, right? And
That's
they just
crazy,
trashed
bro.
him. Trashed him.
That.
How did the CW do a better Vigilante, bro?
Did a better everything,
Facts, bro. The Arrowverse or whatever it's called, the DCW.
Yeah,
that shit went massively hard compared to
way better.
Yeah. Way better. That's crazy, bro.
You take
That's
the
a
worst
multi-million-dollar show, dog.
You take the worst seasons of all those shows,
still bad,
and they cook the DCU, bro.
We got the homie Curly Ray with the $5 saying they say we don't talk about Rebel Moon, but we have went to the events, read the novels, read the comics, played the games, and met Rebel Moon cast. Shout out to the Curly Ray letting them know, bro, because he's absolutely right, man. Now, let me go ahead and play this drop for you, dog, real quick.
Real quick. I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing and consistently, look, regardless of what I think, the fan base has their own ideas and they seem to win.
Oh my God, y'all killing it! DC all the way with the $5 saying, "Can't wait for Netflix to say we didn't fire Gunn."
There you go.
Hey, real quick, I just want to tell the crowd that go cop the Blood Axe graphic novel. I just caught mine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go cop that. They got the whole thing. In,
it's all in one
back.
Yeah.
I just got
the volume.
mine
They
today.
got it.
Yeah.
I got a few of them. I don't think I got the last one.
Yeah, I'm missing a couple in my collection too.
Yeah,
so
I think it's only
need
like
to get that.
4 or 5 issues, and I think I got 4 of them. And I was getting like the variant cover with like it was like the sketch. They looked like the sketch of the cover.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I don't think I got the last.
I'm telling you, that Titan Comics, dude.
Yeah,
it's a good company. They do the Conans too now.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Go hard. I think they do. They release physical media DVDs too, if I'm not mistaken, right? They do the steel books too.
Oh, that got me.
I might be mistaken, but yeah, man, y'all go cop that trade paperback, and they got the my girl with the blades. They got hers.
Nemesis. Yeah,
Nemesis. They got her coming out.
I think I got 2 issues of that one so far.
I haven't gotten one of those. I need to get those.
I know Curly Ray's caught up on all of them.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, Curly Ray beat me to it. Nemesis release in March. Yeah, I was right. Next year. Yep.
Yeah.
March next year.
For sure, for sure. Let me go ahead and give you this drop, bro.
Good evening. We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing.
Right. And lastly, we got the homie Michael with the 2 pounds saying, put on a skirt and get the twerking. Y'all already know what got to follow
Twerk till it hurt. Twerk till it hurt.
Yo, Leon bugging, man. And then y'all hit 50 likes, bruh, so I gotta hit this one, man. Y'all killing it tonight, yo.
You still owe the Great One 50,000 more worlds. He will hear your plea when you pay your debt.
All right. Huh?
I was just going to say that's literally Gunn's face when he has to hear the news from Zaslav. He's going to do a Steppenwolf face. I'm just like...
This is crazy. Bernard, are you really shocked by any of this, man? Honestly?
Who me?
Yeah.
No, not at all. It was pretty clear. I mean, I was actually shocked at how James Gunn was backing himself into a corner for this to happen. You know, like with the suit and just the way he made the movie, and it was just I was surprised that like he did that. So once that happened, I was like, yeah, this is just a rolling snowball at this point. And to be honest, if he was able with the quote unquote critical response to Superman, even though the movie didn't make profit, they propped up that domestic box office. They were doing everything to spin the movie. I think that what really shot Gunn in the foot was the Peacemaker. He came out the gate. This is my baby. This is my thing. I wrote the episodes. I did this. I did that. This is all me. It's all me. It's all me. And I've been on Twitter yesterday or Thursday. I mean, yesterday I think I went on there, and everybody's like, trash, horrible. Even his own fans are turning against him. And I think that they knew, they know what was coming out. They knew that he was blowing the steam, and I'm definitely not surprised by that at all. And when it comes to Netflix and their fare or whatever it is, I wasn't surprised. I'm not surprised at all that that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, you even got John Roca responding to Josh saying, agreed. It's like hiring someone that seemed cool on the first week, but the more he got comfortable, the more he let his freak flag fly, and the more people were like, this dude isn't as smart as he thinks he is, and he's kind of all over the place. Freak flag fly is crazy.
He a fan.
Triple F's, bro. Three in a row. That's not on accident.
Facts.
Fan behavior.
Well, he didn't help his cause. I always thought too the way he came out being so divisive with the DC fan base right off the bat. I was just like, this is a bad look. You're just like, I got the job, so I'm going to dunk on everybody who doesn't agree with me. You ain't had one
happy.
Yeah.
His fan base. What?
Yeah, he was just already dunking on everyone, and it don't work like that. You don't have success yet. You got the job,
right?
But you ain't got the job. You still got to prove.
Gunn is a walking. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Nard brought up something that I thought was interesting, and maybe you can elaborate on that now, right? I think it was in the space when you brought up how him and Superman, how that movie making like 6 to maybe even like 700 million, how that would help him as a director, but wouldn't necessarily help him as a CEO.
Right.
Do you want to go ahead and elaborate on what you meant by that?
Oh, I'm trying to think back to what was the reason for me saying that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
well, we were talking about the box office and him.
I
Because
said
I think he was saying that it doesn't have to like make as much money as everybody thinks it does. It was right after those comments, if I'm not mistaken.
He said that it needed to make 500 million. That was the number he threw out there. When we all know 500 million was nowhere close to being anywhere close to profit, right? Like that's a bomb. Like that's a complete bomb. But he was throwing that number out there to pretty much, secure himself as a director, right? Like he was saying, here's this DC brand and it's so falling apart, and the last DC movie only made X amount, and I was able to make 500 million as a director, right? And that's because he knows that 500 million as a CEO, he's out of there, right? Everything was riding on this movie to sell the whole company, but he can go to another company and say, hey, listen, I just couldn't fix the brand. I did what I had to do. I got this much. I can, I can do it again for you with just XYZ and make $500 million is a lot for somebody who spends a little bit of money. Superman just costs a lot of money to make it. There's a lot of arguments he can make for that, right? And yeah, he's just, at the end of the day, he was trying to secure himself, because when you look at Gunn's like career, right? His few, I don't know, I think Slither was pretty good, I guess, but like Super wasn't that great, and he was writing Scooby-Doo movies and things like that, and then he bumps into Marvel after all the parody stuff, right? He bumps into Marvel and he kind of gained a footing in there, but then he jumps from Marvel to DC, so he's only been doing comic books, right? He's only been playing with people's IPs, and now he's in a situation where he's a CEO by chance, right? And at the end of the day, his job is really a director or a writer or whatever it is, and this whole DC experiment can tank him completely, right? And he just needed to secure himself. And he put that out there to make sure people know I'm able to achieve at least this goal. Anything else, that's not on me. That's what Warner Brothers wants, and that's what DC needs. But me personally, I just need 500.
So he worried about him being able to work
right
in Hollywood still as a director, obviously after this fiasco, right?
So he never worried about being a CEO. It was always about being a director.
I mean, he probably was at first.
I mean,
but that's why they had Peter Safran there too, right? So
yeah,
he could be the numbers guy.
That CEO money, he definitely wants that CEO money.
Yeah.
You know? But he knows where the shit, like everybody who's come in to try to take over DC after Zack Snyder has failed. So he's probably looking at it like, if I fail, I don't want to go down with the shit. I want to be able to jump off into a $500 million lifeboat and float on to the next island while everybody else just sinks, right? And that's what he was doing. He was securing his lifeboat. He was throwing that little lifesaver out in the sea and saying, hey, if I get $500 million, I'm jumping in there and I'm gone. And you guys got to just deal with the Titanic sinking, you know?
That's wild. Apex Lux, you want to kind of jump in here real quick?
Yeah, I agree with everything Nar was saying. It kind of goes along with what
Nar been cooking tonight, boy.
Oh, for sure. It goes along with what I was about to say before, which is that Gunn is a walking, talking, learned behavior. I mean, everything he does is, if you reverse engineer when he first started to walk, like, you know, the caveman, right? The little caveman you see coming out walking, you know, evolving, right? Everything he's ever done has been elevated by someone else of stature, right? And we broke that down in one of our streams that we did, where we pretty much found out why he's in the position he's in. I'm not going to name the guy again, but anyway, you know, the shadow hand that guides the puppet known as Gunn. The problem is that now he's in a position where his name is in the forefront of everything, and he's supposed to be a leader guiding money.
Bro, he had his fucking face on the title card of Superman on HBO Max, dog.
Yeah, bro,
that's fucking crazy.
It's been Superman's James Gunn. You know, not the other way around. Not James Gunn Superman. It's been Superman James Gunn this entire time. Like, the movie is James Gunn. You know, oh, by the way, Superman's in it too. That's essentially what it is. But yeah, I think he has come afoul of something that he never should have been put in a position of. We know this, but it's come back to blow up in his face because his name is all over it, right? It was cool before when, like Nars said, he broke down his filmography when he was just kind of a nobody doing nothing movies that had nothing writing on it. And then he trips and falls into Marvel, and they have their machine called the Third Floor, which I'm going to keep repeating that every time I talk about Marvel. The true directors of Marvel films is this production company called the Third Floor. And I know damn well they helped his ass. I'll hear nothing of it otherwise. But anyway, so he stumbles onto Marvel, puts his name on some movies, and elevates himself. Whether that crash or fails, he's good.
And Nicole Perlman helped him too.
100%, right? So he passes that, right? And then that clout elevates him over to do DC stuff. And as soon as he is left to his own devices and something that's too big for him to handle, well, it shows that it's too big for him to handle, right? The Suicide Squad.
Big boy business.
Big boy business, right?
Big boy business.
The Suicide Squad had one challenge come into its direction, which is the day and date situation, right? And not only did it do middling numbers, that would have been something if it would have done middling results, and pardon the background noise of the motorcycle. It didn't do middling results. It fucking flopped because a lot of people did middling results to actually doing pretty well during that time frame, right? A lot of different movies.
Godzilla.
I just brought up something else that made like 400 million.
Right.
300. Oh yeah, it was Shang-Chi.
There you go. Year. So you got
like
the Suicide Squad.
Million. You know what I'm saying?
Tanked to a tune of almost 100. Well, not even almost. It tanked to the tune of 100 million.
Didn't even
and
get
there's
to 20
speculation.
million,
There's speculation that it may have tanked to the tune of 100 million of a loss. That is. Fast
Suicide Squad.
Correct.
No, okay. It's preferably it's almost 2, bro.
That's what I just said. I said it. We
I thought the second one just said
it was reportedly 100 million.
Bad.
And then
gotcha.
And then it may have crashed and burned to 200 million. That's the speculation, right?
Jeez,
that's insane. Then you got Superman, that they're reporting 42 mil when you do the math. But then we know the Syndicate Network, everybody on this panel and everybody in the chat, we know it's way more than 42 mil, man.
Ooh, yeah.
When you calculate everything, that entire budget was $1 billion, damn near.
Oh,
that's no fucking exaggeration. Like, how much was that budget, bro? Like over $500 million. At the very least.
When you really get down to it, bro, because the fucking thing was at least 363, just like that thing said, and they spent 200 on marketing, bro. That's over $500 million, dog.
That we know about.
Yeah, that we know about.
Yeah, that we.
Bro, I've
so
never
it's always
seen
wars.
a movie marketed more than that one, man. And you want
Dude.
to know what's also funny too, though, is this. Because this dropped too, bro. It's been so many little hints. I told y'all that this motherfucker was getting fired, bro. Nah, I'm about to start talking that talk right now, bro. Y'all should have known when this video came out.
Pam and I truly believe, for better or worse, you can't do our jobs, or even the jobs below our jobs, where you're a gatekeeper for material and curating what gets brought up for greenlight consideration. You cannot do the job like you're afraid to get fired. Because if you act like that, innovation dies. You're just doing the job to protect yourself, and you end up making the same movie over and over again, and the consumer moves on.
can't do our jobs or even the jobs below our jobs, honestly.
The job below our jobs with green lighting power. What other job is that, right?
Who's doing that?
Nar, what are your thoughts on that video particularly,
bro? He said it. He goes, you can't do the jobs below our jobs and green light things, right? And there's no, think about it, they run the film division over at Warner Brothers, right? So there's only one other side of Warner Brothers that can green light project, right? They have the green lighting power because he said it. James Gunn came out and said that he green lights his own projects, right?
Yeah.
So
he just said it.
Or
he just said he got unlimited power,
right? and gatekeep, right? Like they use the word gatekeep because he's probably running around talking about how he understands comics and nobody else understands.
Bro.
Everything has to go through one that can fully sign off on things, and they, they can't do. Him and Peter can't do the job the same way that they can. They just can't, and it's clear as day. Because why would you green light? You're making a Superman movie, and you're tasked to do this whole universe. And the two projects you green light is Creature Commandos and Peacemaker, right? Even if you were like, okay, I made a season 1, some people liked it, that's cool, great. Like, green light something. Like, why was Creature Commandos the first thing, bro? Like,
Booster Gold, bro. We was
something people are aware of, right? Come on, man.
No, but even that's fucking ridiculous. Booster Gold should not have been on that first slate, dog.
No.
What are we doing, dog?
It's because all he knows how to do. I mean, the obvious answer is all Gunn knows how to do is obscure characters. But it's beyond just saying all Gunn knows how to do is obscure characters. It's beyond that. The guy's mindset is fucking. I'm trying to be cool here. It's stupid. You gotta be an idiot. Like, think about this. Just obscure characters is being nice. You got to be a complete moron to lead an IP and a brand that is predicated on Superman and Batman being successful, and you lead it with 3 to 4 projects that have none of them in it and characters that no one gives a shit about, and you take those characters and you put them through a blender of debauchery.
Yep.
Something is clearly wrong with this guy.
We got crotch prints, bro.
Yeah, when you have a character like Cersei, right? That's her name, the Wonder Woman villain, right? That already has a small audience already, right? Like Wonder Woman is big as an iconic, but she's not as big in terms of everybody knowing every detail about her, right? She's just a female superhero from the 1940s or 50s, I think, or 40s when she came out.
Yep.
But she, this villain, this villain is not known. If I went and asked anybody on the street who's Wonder Woman's biggest villain, they probably wouldn't even know. They probably wouldn't be able to answer me, or they probably say Cheetah, right?
Cheetah,
right?
Yeah.
He pissed that fan base off.
Right.
He pissed that fan base off. You pissed off the fan base that shouldn't even exist.
Yo.
Good point.
Real quick, I'm gonna let you keep cooking. I just want to highlight how great that example is. He pissed off a fan base that shouldn't even have a voice.
Exactly.
And they came out the woodworks. Was like, how you wake up the Cersei fans? That's crazy.
I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing this and I'm like, I didn't even know Cersei had fans that was this passionate about the character to the point where they're pissed off about what James Gunn is doing in Creature Commandos.
Cersei got riders.
Yo, it was crazy, right? It's like Marvel was able to mold and move around a bunch of characters that really should have a fan base, even if small. They should. Iron Man and all this other stuff, like, and they didn't piss them off, but Cersei fans were like, wait, he nerfed Cersei and she's a Wonder Woman villain, and how is she getting beat up by Weasel? And I'm like, what is going on?
Bruh, how do you do that though? I don't know, man. This guy is just managed to piss
because
off.
he overestimated his ability to redefine characters because of Guardians of the Galaxy. he overestimated that ability. He doesn't know how to do it. He only knows how to mold characters into one type of character or one type of form of storytelling, and people don't like it. He worked with Guardians of the Galaxy because Marvel reminded people. They kept reminding people over and over and over that these characters might fail. Right?
Yeah.
It was a thing. I remember it. I remember the PR that was coming out of all these YouTubers. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy. Everybody was afraid of Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody was afraid of this movie failing. Marvel was a machine at this point. A bunch of characters were coming out that everybody didn't really know much about, and they weren't failing. And why was this big thing about Guardians of the Galaxy failing? Is because they wasn't sure about going a cosmic route, right? So they reminded everybody this movie might fail. They thought the movie might fail, and they was like, "Oh, it might fail. It might fail." Reminding you. And then when it don't fail, they went on their, they went on their victory tour, and they said, "Wow, we made it. Let's really prop up these characters."
They made the film itself an underdog.
Exactly.
Which was smart marketing for them.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of brilliant.
Yeah, and then he got all the recognition for that, right? Because somebody needs to get the praise for it, and he was a director for it, even though he didn't write it, which is why he tried to take away the writing credit. He wanted all that. He's a narcissist, right? And he was taking all this credit and he was doing all this thing, and he overestimated his ability to redefine characters for a modern audience, or change the characters that people shouldn't know. He came out and said this. Oh, it's easier to use characters that people don't know. You messed up Cersei, bro. Like, people were like pissed off at you for messing up this Wonder Woman villain that most people do not know about, right? That never showed up in any live action. This is a unknown villain outside of like hardcore comic fans, and you pissed them off. You're overestimating your abilities here. The machine is no longer behind. You are the machine, and you didn't prop up the project enough. You propped up yourself. You wasted so many time, promoting yourself, that you didn't remember to go, hey, Creature Commandos is a property that may not do well, but we're just trying to like get unknown characters out there and get them a voice in the platform, and trying to. He forgot to do that. He was too busy saying, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. And this is what happened, bro. You have a failing universe, a universe that is currently falling apart.
Yep. Flailing. DOA. We got homie Bat Dan with the $5 super chat saying, Gunny Poo, I'm gonna be doing so many DC projects. Netflix.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
Right. And then we got the homie, the Curly Ray, with the $5 super chat saying Netflix will send James Gunn and his fellow insurgents to 300 cycles of somatic reconditioning. Hey, that's dope, man. Hold on,
Curly.
Let me go ahead and give you this drop, bro. Let me find it. Here we go.
What are they doing here?
They're selling, Mortimer.
Well, that's ridiculous. Unless that crop report... God help us! I told you we shouldn't have committed everything, you asshole!
I've got to get Wilson and tell him to sell!
Wilson, where you going?
Oh, you idiot! Get back in there at once and sell!
But I
All right. And then we got the homie Floyd Lawton with the $10 super chat saying Shell fighting for his life in the comments in that thread.
Stand back and peep the light show. Green Lantern's got this. Not like that!
I might be foreshadowing that lantern.
That was awesome. That definitely was his ass too. Funny, bro. He got ratio too. They had replied. They had like 100 likes on that bitch. I was like, damn. Whooping his ass.
He can't even come up for a breath, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, he kept replying to shit that was like, I was like, yo, this dude,
dude, leave the conversation.
I was like, bro, you don't log off, bro. He kept trying to find the comments where it's like, yeah, this one I can comment on this because like ain't nobody really I kind of got an in, you know what I'm saying? I still got his ass up. I was so tempted to say something, bro. I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I know the day I'm gonna say something. It ain't gonna be the day.
Oh my God, that was funny. We got PC all the way. The $5 super chat saying, no matter how obscure the character, it is someone's favorite character. Some of my favorite characters are obscure. Oh my goodness.
True.
Let me go ahead and give you this drop, bro.
Where's the dog? The dog, loser! You took the dog! Where's the dog? They've always been wrong about me. I get scared, but that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. Why are you being like this? I wasn't representing anyone. We're going to die.
Stand back and peep the light show. Green Lantern's got this. Not like that!
Dog pile.
Okay.
I didn't even know who you guys were talking about, but I got a private text message, and they kind of informed me. But I know what you're talking about now.
I got a private text message.
That's funny.
He said somebody just text me privately.
Oh jeez.
That's funny that you didn't even know until just now. That's hilarious.
I was like, wait, what are you guys talking about? Maybe I just catch on to it, but I know what you're talking about, and I know exactly the tweet you're talking about.
So now you know what we mean. Shill.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shill.
Shill Albert.
Anyway, look, man, we gonna start
Okay,
wrapping
Albert.
up, man. This has been like a super dope stream, man. I wanna start getting everybody's final thoughts on everything, dog. Starting with you, Necron, bro. What's your feelings on all this, man? Before we get on out of here, dog.
Well, I know Shill probably got his order of Wingstop, and he's probably feeling pretty spicy. He got, the extra spicy sauce, and he thought he was going to get everyone. And as usual, it blew up in his face. So that's funny. Just imagine that. If you know, you know. Yes. Hey, everything that you've been pointing out, even the little hints in the trades, if you read between the lines, is it's trending. This is Netflix deal. It's pretty much looking like a done deal. I don't know how else, what else to say, right, man? There's asking about their music rights and stuff. Why would Netflix even want to know about Warner Brothers music rights and things of that nature? Geez, I wonder. Why would they get rid of their branding, Netflix original branding on everything?
Why is that happening?
For the people who can't figure out, because it's all going to be combined into one big happy family. So there's no reason to have separate branding anymore. So, yeah, dude. Great job, Sky. Send them some super chats. Give them a victory fucking dance, man. Come on.
Hey, I appreciate you, Necron. And thank you, big dog. You know what I mean? Appreciate you wholeheartedly, bro. Really.
Thanks for inviting me on tonight, too.
Hey,
I didn't forget. I went to dinner and I said, shit, I still got to get on Sky's show, man.
Hey, yeah, man. Hey, we had to have the elder statesman of the cool table come through and come have this conversation.
For the record, not that elder, though. Just so.
Hey.
That's for my own.
I mean,
yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I'm going to let the featured guest go last tonight. Apex Lux, how you feeling, bro? What's on your mind, dog, as we close this thing on out?
For sure, man. It's been cool, man. It's a great panel, man. And look, man, we talking about Victory Lap tonight. That's all we've been doing this entire fucking time is victory lap after victory lap, and the haters have been trying to dodge that, man. That's all we. What L have we taken? When have we not ever been right? You know what I mean? Like, we're always right about every damn thing, damn near.
Bro, I'm on that Steiner math, bro. Feeling like Big Papa Pump, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, do you know the whole thing, or at least can you make one up?
Hey, bro.
You brought it up,
look,
bro. You gotta do it now.
Nah. I'll do that later, bro. Because I was about to get real, like, because you know how Steiner math was, bro. He used to get kind of wild sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And to like really do that right.
Yep.
I might just have to go there. You know what I mean? Nah, but go ahead, bro.
Shout out to the Steiners. Hey man, and shout out to everybody getting hip on this wrestling shit, bro. That's my shit, low key.
Hey,
but
yep. Hold up, real quick. Wasn't last night funny though?
Man,
crazy.
That shit was hilarious, bro.
He had his ass on the ankle lock. He dragging around.
He's ready to make that tag and
right back out. I thought you said it was gonna make $700 million.
That's that hot tag. You trying to do the hot tag?
Because this movie has to be the definitive Superman movie. And I would dare say it has to be the best Superman movie that's ever been made. Because the DC universe, this new DCEU, if it's anything less, it's a failure.
When you say that, are you saying like the quality of the film, or are we talking box office numbers like Man of Steel?
I'm both.
Yeah.
This movie has to be the best Superman movie of all time.
I just.
Now it could end in the 600 million range. That would be a disaster. That would be somebody else should take over DC.
A disaster.
Man, that would be really bad. I mean, I guess they could wait to greenlight further projects because we'll have our answer to this by the end of the summer. Maybe that's the answer. See where it ends. But if it ends with a 6 in front of it, that's really bad.
She said, sounds like somebody else should take over DC. You know what I'm saying? Right? What?
Her tone of voice is so cute when she's talking about it.
When she leaned in, bro, when she leaned in, she's like, that would be a disaster. Like,
disaster.
Like, that's the sum of all fears. That should have been. Crazy.
Like somebody's mom or teacher that bakes.
That's
cookies.
really bad.
That's really bad. You fucking suck. And I mean that respectfully.
You suck.
You're trash. But nah, this is a dope stream, and look, I know we sound cocky and shit, but like I don't give a shit. We just been taking W this whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
the only time we really take L's is on some stupid shit like guessing box office. Who gives a shit?
Oh, well, yeah,
But when it comes to like real data, real information, and really trying to keep y'all abreast of what the future could look like, ain't nobody taking no L yet. So, shout out to the Syndicate Network. Shout out to Skywalker, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Shout out to the Cool Table, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Nar. We here, baby. Let's go.
Hey, shout out to the dog. You know what I mean? We appreciate you pulling up. Apex Lux, you know what I mean? Now we got the homie
Anytime.
Look, and I'm just loving all this James Gunn getting fired stuff on the stream interface right now, so I'm gonna just leave it there until we close this out. Nar, what's your last thoughts, bro? How you feeling, man? And you want to complete your victory lap because, yo, man, that whole fucking tweet, you know, pretty much just summed up exactly what you were saying. So yeah, bro, what's your final thoughts as we close this thing out?
Yo, man, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good about it, bro, and I'm just glad that something else came out to, like, you know, confirm exactly what I was talking about, so it doesn't sound like I'm just rambling about things. Yeah, like I said, I'm no expert, but like, listen, man, sometimes I'm just really good at paying attention to things, and And like I said, I've been in a situation where my I was working for a company and they were doing a shift and a change and moving to streaming. And if I look at my company now, they got bought out, and I saw the writings on the wall, right? So I'm just glad that the article came out and said exactly what I was saying about Hollywood and Netflix and what that can turn into. And I'm also glad that it was said on here, on this platform, because this platform has been this platform has been doing nothing but trying to get the proper information out there, making people understand like this is what's being said, and follow the conversations, follow the money, follow just really pay attention to what's going on. And it's not just about, oh, we want Zach to come back and then it just falls out from there. Like, you guys really do a good job at like getting your information, finding your information, backing up your information, and presenting it in a good way, in a digestible way. And so I'm just really glad that like finally we're seeing some movement in that direction, and we're finally seeing something that looks hopeful, especially with Netflix.
Hey, I appreciate that, man, and I appreciate you coming back on the platform and
yes, sir,
taking your victory lap. And that's real important to me and the community, you know what I'm saying? Because we like having people on that bring honest information and who have these conversations in good faith, right? So, yeah, man, we really appreciate you.
You mean Nars not going to argue about Forbes?
Nah, hopefully not. Hopefully not, bro. Hey, that's the hardest I've ever heard him laugh all year, bro. Homie in there arguing about Forbes,
the conversations online, bro, and I was looking in the comments, and the way people were trying to attack Forbes for doing simple addition and subtraction, bro. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it, bro. I could not believe it. And like I said, I just don't really like.
They use the Steiner math, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't do. I don't like doing the back and forth on Twitter sometimes. I don't really jump into the conversations, but that's why I'm glad that you have this platform to let me on here, so I can just kind of ramble off about things. But like, bro, I couldn't believe it, and everybody, I couldn't even believe that people was believing this 125 number, but that was coming from the trades and everything. Yeah. And Forbes came out and was like, hey, if you just add and subtract and divide, you get a negative balance, right? And everybody lost it, right? And they couldn't believe that somebody took the time out of the day to just add and subtract and divide a few numbers, bro.
If you please excuse your dear Aunt Sally, you'll figure it out.
It was crazy. And then everybody's like, well, we find, and all it took was one credible source to be like, hey, just so you know, if you do the math, it doesn't actually add up to 125. And then everybody's like, I mean, like even Robert, I saw Robert like, well, Warner Brothers, the public, entity. Eventually, the numbers were coming out, and bro, Forbes never even gave a number. They just added, subtracted, and divided the number that was already there, bro. Facts. It was I'm like, what is you talking about? I was like, I was flabbergasted, bro. I couldn't believe what was happening, bro. So yeah, when you said that, that's why I laughed like that, because I kind of forgot that was going on, but it was a circus, bro.
They was for real trying to argue about Forbes, bro.
I'm glad I said that, Dave, because I was thinking about Shill. Because he was getting his ass whooped about Forbes, bro. I was like, damn.
A particular tweet that said something about
fucking put the goddamn.
A particular tweet started talking about auxiliaries and airplane deals and like the reason why this conversation is being had is because Variety or whoever came out and said Superman made a certain number from theatrical alone. That's why this conversation is being had, not because we're not smart enough to understand that there's future deals that may make a profit or whatever. We all understand this, but nobody looks at that when we look at box office flop versus success. And he tried to make it seem like I don't know if he was saving face. I don't really keep up, but like to say, oh yeah, but with other deals outside of it, That was the problem. That was the reason why people are laughing at the math that created 125. This is the reason why this conversation is being had right now, and why Forbes had to come out and say the obvious, which is just plus, minus, division, bro.
Crazy, man. Hey, the homie said they using Common Core. Bro, come on, man. They using Common Core, man.
Simple PEMDAS, bro. Simple, like, you know what I mean? Like, just use your algebraic equations here. Just, solve for X, right?
Crazy.
Solve for Y.
Stop it, bro. Oh my God. Look, I appreciate all y'all, man. Look, I'm loving this, man. We having a great time bringing this information to you guys. We gonna continue to try to have these conversations, like in earnestness and all that, and we're gonna keep bringing that fire, man. So, any final words before we dip on out, gentlemen?
Bang.
Hey, I got one more thing to say to the haters.
Next caller, me. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts. Bitch, I'm flowing straight from the survival scroll. Cut that bitch off. Next caller.